Even Chelsea believe that London is red. So, full time from last night's game, where Arsenal took care of another London rival, another noisy London rival in Chelsea for not the first time, not the second time, but the third. Again! That's what Chelsea fans must be thinking at this point. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, the beaters 1-1. You know, remember when the beaters 1-1 at Stamford Bridge?
I beg your pardon?
You know what I mean? When they were hyping, oh, down to 10 men. Well, you know, Arsenal have made sure to see out that we took care of these, man. And, you know, for all we know, if both of us play our cards right, we could meet in the FA Cup. We could possibly even meet in the Champions League final. You just never know. If we, like I said, if we play our cards right. Anyways, guys, obviously we're live right now, but I started this live prematurely and I didn't start with a long intro. But yeah, this is the match reaction to last night's game and also the match preview to Wednesday's game against Brighton. So let me talk about the game and then we'll get on to the preview of the Brighton game, because you know that's the game that matters more now. But as for last night's game, not the best of performances you'll ever see from us, but the performance that we put out last night was basically consistent with how we've been playing all season. You know what I mean? I predicted us to draw this game last night, but obviously we won the game. You know, 2-1 set piece FC struck again. You know what I'm saying? One of the best of displays. Our attack was a shambles yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. Our attack was a shambles. Gyökeres nowhere to be seen. Saka poor. Trossard has maintained form from his shocking performance against Spurs. It's literally everything was all about our defense. And when you look at our back three of Timber, Saliba. Oh no, actually, no, not even that. Look at our back four to begin with. Yeah. Nkapie, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber. Obviously, Nkapie got the own goal, which is unfortunate for him. So Chelsea couldn't even score, you know, at the Emirates Stadium. You got Gabriel with an assist, Saliba with a goal, and Timber with a goal. That looks like a front three. How are we doing this in reverse? You know what I mean? Like it's quite mad how we're doing things in reverse right now. At least for this game. But like I said, it's our performances has been similar or very reminiscent all season. Being poor, but we get a lucky break. Raya, now this is the Raya that I want to see every week. Not the Raya that comes out that thinks, oh, well, I can get in between. No, it's that Raya, the man of the match performance Raya, yeah, with world-class saves, yeah, last night. Big up to David Raya for doing all that. I mean, Nkapie has been some signing for us, man. I'm telling you, he has been some signing. He has been so important in this team. It is mad. It is mad. Obviously, he was unlucky to get the own goal last night. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fault him too much because, you know, I can understand why a defender would want to get their head on the ball because they just want the ball to just not go in the back of the net and they don't want the opposition to connect with that ball. So if they can get their head on it, it can stop the opposition, obviously, from attacking the ball. Nkapie was unlucky. So he thought he'd help out Chelsea because they were in need of a feel-good factor. You know what I mean? That's how it is. Gabriel, at least Gabriel didn't do the stupidness that he did against Spurs where, you know, he falls onto the floor like he'd been shot, but he provided an assist for Saliba. And, you know, the defense, our defense was basically, you know, the real deal last night. You know what I mean? Our attack was just not it. You know what I mean? Man like Big Will with a goal. It seems like forever since Saliba scored a goal for us. You know what I mean? I can't remember the last time. The last goal I remember him scoring, barring that one, was against Man United last season. Which, in all fairness, this game played out the way it did against Man United when we beat them 2-0 at the Emirates last season. With the two set piece goals, Saliba and Timber getting their heads on the ball. Well, Saliba kicked it in for that one. But yeah, man like Timber, who got the keys to the bimmer. Now, he fell off a cliff in these past few games, yeah. But it seems we might have our Timber back, yeah. We might have our Timber back because you see, I'll say Reece James, passion merchant, giving it all this when he assisted the equalizer essentially, yeah. You know, Chelsea fans have been saying all season how Reece James is just this world-class right back that's just better than anything that we've got. And it was our right back, you know, the best right back in the league. It was our one that came up with the goods. Yeah. I'm not saying Reece James is not it, because he is a good player and he can cross a ball, but he was just on the losing side. You know what I mean? But man like Timber, who got the keys to the bimmer, you know what I mean? A goal. Man like Decker's done it. He did it against Chelsea fans, didn't he? He went and done it again. Assisted from a corner while the Chelsea fans were giving it. You know what I mean? Man like Decker's. Now, he was subbed off for Norgard, our best number 6, a.k.a. NordVPN, a.k.a. Jaws wannabe, yeah? And I thought to myself, maybe Arteta's realizing, look, you have to rotate some way, somehow, get Norgard in these games, let Norgard have sniffs. It turned out that Rice felt something. So again, it's one of those again, where Arteta, you think that he might have turned over a new leaf, but he hasn't, because he's making subs based on the player picked up a knock. So that means that if Rice was okay, he'd have played 90 minutes. This manager he's just not going to learn, is it? Norgard, our best number 6, aka NordVPN, aka Jaws wannabe. You know what I mean? He only got a sniff last night just because Rice felt too bit of something. That's not on. Zubamende, sorry, he doesn't deserve to be our main number 6, and I worry for because the pressure's on now. The pressure's really on, and I just worry for our next 6 games. Well, no, our next 7 games, because the 7th game being the cup final. This guy being our main number 6. I'm sorry. Nah, this manager, Arteta, he's got to do something. He can't keep going like this. But he ain't gonna learn, is he? He ain't gonna learn. He's gonna keep playing in there because I signed him to be our main 6. You know what I mean? Things are looking up because we keep winning games. Yeah, we keep picking up points. But the downer is this manager not listening. Yeah, because it's common knowledge now that if you log on to social media and go on to X and see what Arsenal fans are saying, there's a gang of Arsenal fans saying that Zubamende is just not it when under pressure, which means you know that the club knows this. Yeah, you know them. It's getting to the manager. So what's he going to do about it? You know what I mean? Eze. Someone might have to hypnotize Eze and say, you know what? Every football team you look at, every opposition is wearing a Spurs shirt. You're playing Spurs for the rest of the season. Because I don't know what it is now. Because this is taking a piss. Yeah? This is taking a piss. How is it Eze knows how to turn up against Spurs, but then everybody else, nothing? What's going on? Like I said in my watch along last night, watch last game of the season, he'll score against Palace. Watch, he'll score against Palace. Just like he did to get at the Emirates. He'll score against Palace. But against Spurs, he knows what he's doing. I don't get it. Why? Where is that? That's the Eze we need every week. Wait, we've got that Eze for 2 games. What's going on? You know what I mean? It's very concerning. It's very concerning. Our front three shambles. You know what I mean? Chelsea was shaky all game, yeah, and we didn't punish them enough, in all fairness. Sanchez, that guy, he he was fortunate that he didn't concede a shit ton of goals last night. I've seen him do it. Because what I seen him doing, wow. That's how you know that we were poor last night. Yeah. Took set pieces to get past him. That's how you know. And this, when you saw that we drew against Wolves and Brentford, it was performances like this is what we were talking about. Because performances like this is how you don't beat Brentford, you don't beat Wolves. You know what I mean? And Chelsea, as I said at the start, they got another red card. Again! These men truly must believe London is indeed red because they can't stop seeing it. They are 2 red cards away, yeah, from having a full starting 11 of players that have had red cards. That would be a record. You know what I mean? That is absolute jokes. Yeah. Chelsea can't stop getting red cards, and Roy Keane predicted this. You know what I mean? We didn't think it'd be Pedro Neto. And by the way, that ref was absolutely shocking. I was fuming when he stopped Martinelli running through just because he wanted to send Pedro Neto off. When he could have waved play on, let Martinelli do what he does. Yeah, and if whether he scored or not, he can bring it back and say, look, I saw what you did. Yellow card, second yellow, off. Could have done that. That ref, I don't know who he is. I don't want to see him ref our games ever again. Yeah. That ref was absolutely appalling. That ref was appalling. Prove what you reckon a trophy incoming. Well, big up to Red Bull Vodka. I think we're winning the League Cup. I think we're going to win that. I think we're going to win it on penalties, though. Whoever wins it, I think it's going to be on penalties. It's going to be one of them games. It's going to be, you know, I could see it maybe being a score draw and then it goes to penalties. Big up to Twofold. I think the EFL Cup's incoming. So the title basically is on that EFL Cup. That's gonna be the turning point for either side. You know what I mean? If Man City win that cup, they'll blitz from there. You know what I mean? If we win the cup, I would hope we would blitz from there, but I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what it's like to see these men win like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But in terms of the actual competition, I do think we'll win it. It's just that how we're going to win the league from it. Next season, new rules coming to stop corners and time wasting. Could be the end of Arteta. Yeah, we can't do that bullshit no more. It's gonna, you know, you've got 5 seconds to take a throw in. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to come up with something cute now. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to come up with something cute now. You know what I mean? And but even then, even though if Arteta doesn't get over the line this season, then this has to be the end of Arteta. You know what I mean? But yeah, the ref last night, shambles. Don't want to see him again. You know what I mean? He's one of the worst referees that I've seen. You know what I mean? He's one of the worst, and I've seen a lot of shit. But that referee was a shambles. You know what I mean? And usually we talk about refs when we've lost the game or dropped points. But I'm still talking about it even though we won the game. You know what I mean? Multiple times in that game, he didn't let player play on. Stupid. But anyways, that's it for the match reaction. Now let's get into the match preview of Brighton versus Arsenal. Yeah. What new corner rules? Well, we can't do the piss taking that we usually do. That's the reason why these rules are coming in. Just play football this season, neutrals or supporters. It's we're gonna have to get cuter with the way we do the tactics of things because we like to time waste a bit too much. But anyways, let me get onto the match preview now. Since we've the Chelsea us beating Chelsea, that's history now. You know what I mean? Like them man, Chelsea fans, you thought that you were the shit. It turns out you are shit. Anyways, let's switch over to the match preview of Brighton versus Arsenal.
Excuse me, boss. What team do you support? What, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Fuck Chelsea. Chelsea shit.
Yeah?
Fuck Chelsea. What?
Fuck you!
Fuck Chelsea.
Fuck you, you
Fuck
twat.
Chelsea, pussy or what? Say something.
Go on,
Fuck
listen,
Chelsea.
fuck you
Fuck
twat.
Chelsea.
Let me just put a little break in while I switch over to the match preview of Brighton versus Arsenal. So Brighton versus Arsenal, our next game. Let me just get onto your comments. VAR will check if I can't. Oh yeah, the VAR thing on it. And if you can get substituted, the player penalised waiting 1 minute to come on. Player come off, take longer than 10 seconds. Thought they had on time at the end. I think they're just. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it. Obviously, when it comes, if a player has like concussion or something, they're going to spend longer out of. I'm going to say out of the ring, off the pitch for the safety and all that. But yeah, when it comes to corners, they're going to be checking VAR to see did you deserve a corner. You know what I mean? So when the team's so effective with corners, they're now bringing VAR to see. Well, should you have had a corner, mate? You know what I mean? Telling you. When you see that you're good at something, watch. They'll bring something in to do. Well, they already have, to be honest, with throw-ins. But you know what I mean? When anybody's good at something, especially Arsenal, yeah, and people are crying about it, that's when they'll start looking at something. What can we introduce to make it more fairer for everybody else? That's all it is. You know what I mean? But we've got Brighton versus Arsenal on Wednesday. And yeah, this is the game where, a tough away fixture. We're actually unbeaten at that ground since 2021. We haven't lost at Brighton for ages. I mean, because even when they were beating us at the Emirates, we were beating them at their ground. So let me go on to the head-to-head against Brighton, and let's look at the last time they beat us. So Brighton's run so far. They've won 2 of the last 5, losing 3 in all comps. We've won 3 of the last 5, drawing 2 in all comps. So, obviously, the last time we played Brighton was in the Premier League. We won 2-1. Before that, we beat them 2-0 at the Emirates in the EFL Cup. Before that, we drew at Brighton 1-1. And before that, we drew. Well, so let's go with the last time we played them at Brighton, which was the 1-1 draw. And before that, we won 3-0. I remember that because I was at a wedding, my cousin's wedding that day, and I was watching it on my phone. I remember that. Before that, we won 4-2 at the back end of 2022 at Brighton. And 2020 was the last time they beat us at their ground. 2020. Actually did a double over us that season, the 1920 season. Beat us there in the Premier League in 2018. So yeah, Brighton. And before that, beat us in 1982 at their ground. So 1982, and then they didn't beat us at their ground until 2018. And that's when they started being able to beat us, but they haven't beaten us at their ground since 2020, sorry. So we've got a good record, we've got a decent record at that ground, but going there on an evening, you know what I mean? Premier League football will be boring next season with these rules. It's going to be a man are getting scrutinized sick. Yeah, you know what's gonna happen, don't you? You know what I mean? Brighton will score a goal, go in front or an equalizer. And you know what the fans are gonna do, don't you? Second again, ole, man. Oh, you know what I mean? Like they like them man are gonna do anything. Them man had to watch the M23 rivalry, the rivals in Crystal Palace. Yeah. They had to watch them win their first major trophy. All Brighton have got, yeah. The highest thing Brighton have got in their history is a Community Shield they won in the 1920s. And they were only in that because they won some Sussex Cup. You know what I mean? Brighton and nobody. Every time they've gone to Wembley when it meant something outside of playoffs, they've choked. You know what I mean? Lost against a Man United side they always beat on penalties in the FA Cup semi-final in 2023, I think it was. You know what I mean? Brighton, when it comes down to it, the chicken feed, but they'll turn up against us, though. You know what I mean? Watch these men turn up. You know what I mean? Because this ain't the first time we faced them 3 times inside a season. We faced them 3 times in 2022-23 season, yeah? Losing twice at the Emirates, one in the Cup and in the league. And we beat them at their ground. Yeah? And now this season, this will be our 3rd time facing them. We've beat them twice already. You know what I mean? But this time we're going to the Amex Stadium. I actually drove past that stadium a couple of weeks ago for the first time. But yeah, like my score prediction for this game on Wednesday, I'm gonna go with Brighton 2, Arsenal 2. I just got a feeling, guys. Let me just check who plays first because no. Actually, no, because we're all playing, aren't we? But not all of us are playing on the same night. So let's have a look. So round 29, yeah? That's tomorrow. Oh, so we're playing at the same time as Man City. Man City are playing Forest at the same time as we're playing Brighton. Man City at home to Forest. So you know Man City gonna win that game. You know Man City, that's 3 points for Man City. It's Forest the shit. Yeah. But you know, I can just see us dropping points tomorrow. Looking at our game against Wolves and our game against Brentford, Brighton are no slouch. I told man, don't sleep on Brighton either. Remember I said don't sleep on Wolves? Don't sleep on Brighton. Don't sleep on them. I don't even think Brighton can fight for anything. Let me have a look. Let me see what these men can fight for. Where are they in the table? 11th on 37 points. They're just making up numbers. Brighton are just there to make up numbers. You know what I mean? But it doesn't say that they're gonna they can fight for 7th. These men will just make up numbers. But big up to Peppermint Freedom. Them man will just make up numbers. You know what I mean? But they'll give it all against us. You know what I mean? So my starting 11, I expect to see 2-2 bit of rotation. Just 2-2 bit of rotation. But I know what this manager's gonna do because I know him. I know what this manager's gonna do. He's gonna go with the same starting 11 again. You know why? Because it worked. The starting 11 worked. You know what I mean? He saw what the starting 11 did against Spurs. I knew we were going to start the same starting 11. Plus, I didn't really have a problem with it anyway. But, you know, it's going to be the same starting 11 again. But what I'd do is I'd have Ryan goal. I'd I'd start Timber, but I'd start Mosquera in place of Saliba or Gabriel. I'll put Mosquera in there. And you see, I'd want to say that I put Calafiori at left back, but I can't trust anybody. You know what I mean? I can't trust. I mean, Skelly. Obviously, I would rather see Skelly midfield, but putting him at left back against Brighton on an evening, I don't know. You know, but I'll probably start Calafiori because with the squad that we've got, it should be good enough for us to be able to make these kind of rotations. And in the midfield, I'd start Norgard as a 6, Zubimendi in at 8, alongside Eze. If not Eze, put Skelly in there and have Zubimendi as like our attacking 8. You know what I mean? And then our front 3, right? I start Gyökeres, Martinelli, and Madueke. That should be good enough. You know what I mean? That should be good enough. 7th might be a conference place. Bears. Big up to Rod. He should rotate Norgard and Havertz in. I keep forgetting about Havertz, you know. Keep forgetting about Havertz. In all fairness, he came on against Chelsea. Didn't really look like he was going to do anything. I'm starting to think now that, you know what I mean? Havertz would only be good in the midfield if Gyökeres is up front. You know what I mean? Don't say he came off. Gyökeres came off for Trossard against Chelsea. And yeah, you know what I mean? But I won't be in a rush to start Havertz anyway. You know what I mean? Because he's going to be in and out of this team. You know what I mean? He's going to be in and out. But Norgard should definitely be starting against Brighton. You tell me Norgard can't start against Brighton? Rice felt something. So if anything, this is the time to start Norgard. You know what I mean? Put Norgard in 6. Put Zubimendi further forward. I have that feeling as well. It's going to be 2-2 with Brighton nicking it at the end. Draws are worse than losses in the title race. Yeah, the draw is so, you know, so annoying. Arteta doesn't know how to rotate because of the 6 reasons he binned all the cup competitions and never been this far with 4 cup competitions to play. He's showing his inexperience. This is the thing. This is why I can't get. I want to get excited, but I can't because I know the manager we've got. That's the problem. Havertz in the second striker role behind Glock. Skelly in the 9. What, Skelly up front? In the 8. I won't mind Skelly in the 8 though. I won't mind it. Problem is it's too late to rotate. This time you need to lock your team in. That's the thing. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see the same starting 11. I'll probably say Arteta will start Martinelli on the left instead of Trossard. And he might start Madueke. And if Rice is okay, he'll start Rice. You know what I mean? That's what he'll do. We've been asking for rotation. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a bit much now to ask for him to do it at this stage, but he should have been doing it. I want to win the league, but the manager gives me no confidence. I have a feeling end of the season is going to be found out in Europe. Well, I just hope that we come away with. Well, we all want the lot, don't we? We all want the quad, don't we? You know what I mean? But that's you know, it's too much to be saying quads and all that shit now. You know what I mean? We're in a cup final, so I leave the season with that and give me the league title. You know what I mean? The Champions League, we'll see what we can do in that. The FA Cup, we'll see what we can do in that. You know what I mean? Artist needs to listen to the calls to rotate in the first third of half of the season. He's too inexperienced. I have a feeling a shock Champions League loss is coming in around 16 quarters. This is the thing. Don't sleep on Leverkusen. This is the thing. Don't sleep on Leverkusen. Because many are saying, oh, it's easy getting to final now. Okay, then. All right. Oh, the quad's on now. You know what I mean? Because I swear, honestly, if we go out, you know what I mean? Because everybody's expecting us to get to the semi-finals. You know what I mean? With that expectation, I don't expect us to get there now. You know what I mean? I could see like a Bodo Glimt knocking us out if we get past Leverkusen. I can see us scraping past Leverkusen the way we did Porto, yeah? And then Bodo Glimt do the unthinkable, yeah? Like they'll smoke us 3-0 on one of them legs. And it's like, where did that come from? And then we have to come from 3-0 down. You know what I mean? Probably win 2-0 in the second leg and go out. You know what I mean? That kind of shit, I can see that happening. You better win the League Cup final, otherwise this whole team are giving up on the league for sure. And the thing is, the last thing we'd want as well is to go out of the Champions League to Leverkusen, and then we've got that cup final. Because literally, our season will literally fall apart. Our season would fall apart if that happened. Imagine we go out against Leverkusen, then we've got the League Cup final. Imagine when we don't win that. That's 2 competitions we're already not going to win. Then it's all that's left now is the FA Cup and the league title. Sorry, but you know, I'm kind of like feeling a bit. That's what it's going to be. Don't mind going out Champions League if they win the league and League Cup. Imagine Spurs winning the Champions League this season and Arteta wins nothing. No way, top good. Yeah, anymore. I don't. I like I said, I want Spurs out of the Champions League as soon as possible, just so that I can. I've got PTSD from seeing London clubs not have the best of seasons and coming out with the European trophy. I had to see Chelsea do it. I had to see Spurs do it. I had to see West Ham do it. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that shit again. Let's not about all this league. In all fairness, if we go out the Champions League soon, there's a higher chance of bottling the league than if we stayed in it. I ain't gonna lie. Realistically, we don't have the squad management and know how to fight on 4 fronts. Well, if we did our job that we're supposed to have done, let's just say we went 15 points clear in January, however many points we could have gone clear, and we stayed there, and then having that Wolves game extended it even further. You know what I mean? We could literally afford to try and go on all 4 fronts, knowing that we're in a cup final in one of them. But this manager, yeah, and these players made it so difficult. It's damn near impossible. You know what I mean? To fight on all 4 fronts. Now we're in a cup final, fairs, yeah. But there's still a chance we can go out of 2 competitions, by the way, because we've still got the FA Cup to play against Mansfield. So, in all fairness, it is possible we could go out the FA Cup, then out the Champions League before the League Cup final. Wow. Honestly, if something like that was to happen, honestly, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I'd do. Because, you know, the way this season's been going for us, we've been fortunate to be in the position that we're in. And for it to crumble like that, you know what I mean? The mentality of the players and manager, if we lose one competition, then the whole season collapses. Hence, we have to go for the quadruple. Well, us being us, that's what I mean. If we go out the FA Cup, Are we going to stay in the Champions League? And if we go out of the Champions League, are we going to then win the League Cup final? You know what I mean? So we're playing 4 different competitions, yeah, leading up this month. Yeah, we've got the FA Cup this weekend. Then we've got the Champions League. Then we've got Everton in the league. Then we've got it's the Champions League again, and then it's the cup final. Honestly, you know what? I don't want to even put that out there, but you know, this could go really, really wrong. Risk is you try and spread yourselves thin across 4 comps and end up with no. That's why the quad is so hard to do. That Liverpool side in 2022, they almost did it. They almost did it. You know what I mean? Them man, they almost did it. You know what I mean? 2 games. If they were just 2 wins, yeah, from completing it. Yeah. Honestly. That's why I need easy FA Cup draws. Well, this is the thing. If there's anything up there looking down, it's basically looking at Arsenal like, fam, I've made it this easy for you, quote unquote. Yeah? Look at your Champions League run. You're in a cup final. Look at your current FA Cup run. You should be, claiming, take that trophy, and then you're still in the FA Cup and you're still in the Champions League. You know what I mean? And you're top of the league still. But what do? We make it hard. And then what do you get top gooners saying? Well, it's not going to be easy, mate. Well, look how easy Liverpool made it to win the league last season for a start. You know what I mean? They got on with it. That's all we ask. And the players just make it hard. I was praying for Mansfield and it came through. We'll pray for a quadruple. We might get it. Klopp was the only who was 2 games from getting a quadruple. It just shows how hard it is to do that, yeah? The potential games coming into our schedule is crazy, yeah? Because if I look at the calendar, if I just quickly look at the calendar, we've got Leverkusen, we've got Brighton, Mansfield, Leverkusen, Everton, and it's Leverkusen again, then Man City in the cup. Yeah, but if we get past Leverkusen, there's an international break, so it'll be April when we'll play the quarters. So that'll be around about the 8th, and then the 15th, 7th or 8th, and then the 14th or 15th. So that could be potentially Bodo Glimt or Sporting if we get through. And then if we get through the FA Cup, one of them weekends is going to get jacked up. So for all we know, our game against Man City could get moved. Because there's going to need to be an FA Cup weekend. Or it could be the game against Newcastle that gets moved. And then if we get past that Champions League and the FA Cup, then we'll roll on to the semi-finals, which is played in May. So the beginning of May, we'd have, Barcelona or Newcastle or whoever around about the 5th and 6th of May, and then the 12th and 13th of May. That'll be the semi-finals. And then the FA Cup semi-final would probably be the 9th of May. I don't know when the semi-final would be, if we were to get there. And obviously, if we get past them, then obviously the finals played at the end of the month of May. You know what I mean? That's a lot to get through. You know what I mean? Can these players, is their fitness going to withstand it? Because I can just see man shutting down because of playing too many games. I can't see this squad being able to play how many games. Because obviously Liverpool played the maximum games in 2022. How many games was that? Was that 60 something games or something? You know what I mean? Asking these players to do that. And this manager doesn't even like rotation that much. We don't have the manager to fight on all 4 fronts. Let's just see what we can come out with. The man played 64, 65 games. I have more confidence in the Champions League and Cups because we actually play attacking football. My confidence in the Champions League has gone down because of how everyone's treating this side of the run. Everyone's treating it like Arsenal should do this, should do that. Whenever we should do something, you know what we're like. You know what I mean? We should have beaten Wolves 6-0 at the Emirates. What do we do? Great to 2-1 win, 2 on goals. You know what I mean? However, City squad run is hellish. Oh, yeah, I know. But the thing is, they've got the manager for it. Yeah, so he's gonna know how to manage these players and everything. He won a treble 3 years ago, so he knows. You know what I mean? And he's still chasing the quad. The most annoying thing about this manager is he can play attacking football, but he deliberately chooses not to in the Prem. It's too prang from what happened when City smoked us them years ago. I feel we need to tactically declare players injured in the next international break. That's the thing. The international break comes after that cup final. I need some players to be like, fam, I feel too bit of something. I'm pulling out. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that some of our players, if not all of them, even though it'd be a bit sus if all of them did it, will pull out just because they want to try and save themselves to try and get Arsenal over the line. You know what I mean? Big up to Warren. As long as Odegaard does not start the game, we have the chance in the Cups and the Champions League. But if he starts, we're playing with 10 men. That's the thing. But then Zubimendi is barely any better. He's, you know, especially a high-pressure game. The way he played last night, Zubimendi, bloody hell. But I'd rather him be a more further forward. Him playing Odegaard's position, if anything. What have I missed? Oh, I just did a match reaction to when we beat Chelsea, and then I've just got onto the match preview of us against Brighton, and then I've managed to segue onto the whole Champions League run. Why do you imagine losing the title to City, but we win the FA Cup, League Cup, and Champions League? Imagine a cup treble. Liverpool did the cup treble in 2001. You know what I mean? A cup treble. That would still be a sixth season. That would still be a successful season. It's just that obviously it's still not winning the league. He's also going to linger, but you know what I mean? 64 games, I think. YG, 64 games. That's mad. Liverpool play 64 games. They had Klopp, so he would rotate probably like Arteta, who was more stubborn than Arsene Wenger will play selection. This is 5 possible games. It's mad. We miss Partey badly, but I can understand why they got rid of him due to the off-pitch concerns. We do miss him. But the thing is, we've got Norgard. Yeah? Norgard will fill in the gaps more of Partey than what Zubimendi does. But this manager, he obviously doesn't think so, does he? So I want to see Norgard, aka NordVPN, aka our best number 6, aka Jaws wannabe. I want to see him playing on Wednesday. But I'll be here for it anyways, guys. I'll be here for the match, for the watch along of us against Brighton. I'll be here for it. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. I haven't done a FIFA stream in a while. I don't know when I'll next do one, but we'll have to see when I next do one. But yeah, anyways, guys, like the stream, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The link is in the description below. Of course, it's always fuck Chelsea. Even Chelsea know that London is red. You know what I mean? So we'll end with my Chelsea outro and then my official outro.
Excuse me, boss. What team do you support? What, Chelsea? Yeah. Fuck Chelsea. Chelsea shit. Yeah. Fuck Chelsea. What? Fuck you. Fuck Chelsea. Fuck you. Fuck Chelsea, pussy or what? Say something. On, fuck Chelsea. Fuck you, fuck Chelsea.
Anyways, guys, big up to all of you. But yeah, I hear what you say. You know what I mean? A cup treble. You know what I mean? If we were to land a cup treble, you know what I mean? It won't hurt that much that we didn't win the league. But you know, it's still gonna be in the back of the minds that we still didn't do that. You know what I mean? With the position that we're in. But yeah, the cup treble would, you know, would trump that basically. But yeah, this manager is like Amorim at United, manager holding the club back. Top Gunners will say he's taking the club forward. Look where we are. Don't come to the parade, mate. You know what I mean? But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
Because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.